Welcome back to Old Fella Gaming. This is your Old Fella GT. We got a new update. We got the actual release, the 1.0 version of Foundation. I haven't played this game in forever. I got it a long time ago. I don't even remember what version it was, but I played it for a little while. You know, I like it. It's a neat little game. But over time, I moved on from it. But then they just released the 1.0 retail version of it, so I thought I would jump in and give a new series a try here, see what this new version's all about. And I have already kind of started a map just to see, my settings, my PC settings, things like that. Still haven't got that new PC, but it is coming in the next week or two, so we'll see what it does for us. So we'll start with a new game here. And here it looks like you can change your rivers and lakes and islands and cliffs and promontory, hills and slopes. So really a lot of good combination. Oh, then you can get coastal and some hills, and I don't know what that word is. Fluval? Why can't they just use normal words? I'm too old to know what that stupid shit means. Anyhow, I like this map. We're just going to do this one. Got a little lake there, a nice little river in case there's any trading going on. I don't know what's all new for the game. We'll do the classic version of it, so all this stuff is standard under the classic, I guess. Select your inspirations, and we just want to play on my own terms. I think what these are is you get to like you're building towards something, like there's an end goal. So here you want prestigious burg, prosperous prairie, build a mighty stronghold. So each one of these I think are like focused. It says for beginners who want to play with taxation and labor workforce. So that's what you would be, kind of focusing around. Here for players who want to focus on the monastery and trading. So if you want the religious focus, and each of them may have their own benefits. I don't know because I haven't, like I said, played any of this new version of this. So I figure we'll do this, and maybe that'll let us branch off to each one of these as we wish to, instead of the game kind of telling us, hey, you need to do this to go there. So we'll do that. So let's make our crest here. Yeah, let's see. I like that top. That I like that one better. I like the curvies, and then I like this. Let's go. Let's go black and red. What do you think? And then I wanted that, but I only want one of them. What do you think? Yeah, green. Let's see. What does that color green look like? Yes. Yellow. And let's do our background and maybe black. Yeah, good enough. Village let's call it Madville, because we're going to go crazy with it. Madville. And you got your old fella, GT. Alright. Everything looking good. Let's start this bitch up. Foundation 1.0 version, so like I said, I don't know all of what's changed. I know in the older alpha builds and beta builds and things like that, there was a lot of customization in the way you built things. Says, after a long journey throughout the realm, your people finally reached new lands. Your lands. Territories you settle for reasons of your own. Your villagers await your command and are eager to offer advice about how to proceed, should you require it. Well, let's hear what they have to say. Your objectives. Display is on the quest model. Your objectives are displayed on the quest module. The quest module will display the current objectives and the quests throughout. Okay, got it. So it wants me to pan forward using the up and down buttons. All right, back, side to side. All right, well, that was a simple tutorial. It's kind of pretty. I like it. It looks good. All right. It's good. Good FOV there, ain't it? Yeah. LOD's looking good. FOV's looking good. They kind of spurfed it up a little bit, didn't they? Your first territory. To start building your village, you'll want to choose your first territory. Each available starting territory has its basic resources, and you'll need to begin settling your new land. Later, you will be able to expand further by purchasing territories. All right. All right. So here's where you get to pick your land. So all this so far looks kind of the same as the old version, or the beta version of the game. It was pick out a little swath of land and then start building on it, and over time you can then start buying all these other ones that are around it, and just kind of continue to branch out over the area. So this all looks the same. This is cool. So we'll want some little bit of water here for the fishing. We'll a little bit of land here so we can build some stuff on. This is a nice one here. So this one's kind of got a little bit of both water and tree line building. Okay, yeah, let's do this one. This one's a pretty good chunk of land there. All right, so this is what we're going to call home as our starting point. Madville. Most actions, like placing buildings and expanding your territory, can be performed by the action module at the bottom center of the screen. Got it. So that's this little building right here. All right, so let's build our first thing. It's a village center. So technically, I don't think it's actually the village center. I think it's a starting point, because later on you'll have other things that will kind of take over your village center. So what we want to do is kind of leave room for where we're going to build other stuff around. From what I remember playing in that first game, you're going to have housing, you're going to have forestry, you're going to have industry. So wherever you kind of build, you kind of got to keep that in mind when you first start off, so that you're not having to build and rebuild. And so you're going to want to see where your resources are. Like there's some rock there, and there's some berries there. Of course, you got all these trees for your tree line, and it goes all the way around over here. So plenty of forestry to mess with in the beginning. Because like I said, you won't need all of this, obviously, in the beginning. And by the time you need more trees, you'll probably be purchasing another, swath of land. So keep in mind, like, where the berries are. Keep in mind where the stone is. And then where you kind of want some flat area, open area to build homes and stuff like that for the villagers to sleep and make their own. So what we're going to probably do is put this thing like about right here. And we're going to call that the center, which, like I said, technically isn't the center, but I didn't even read that. I'm sorry. It says you founded the hamlet of Madville. We are now official. All right, we're already getting the friggin' settlers talking shit. Here, let's run it this way. Let's run it that way. All right. The second piece of advice comes from a young enterprising villager. Rather than letting everybody fend for themselves, she suggests that you organize laborers into appropriate workspaces. All right. Builders into workshops, woodcutters, so on and so forth. Okay, we get it. We understand. Put people to work. We got it. All right. Building available. What is available here? We got a builder's workshop. All right. And so, from my understanding, if you hold not that button. Get out of there. If you hold this button, which we're probably going to be hitting that all the time, you can rotate. It is the Alt button. So that'll let you kind of move it around however you want. So this is going to be like where the builders reside to get to all the different areas that you're going to do. So we're going to put that probably like right here. That's kind of central to where we'll have, some wood cutting going on here. Sign workers. Okay, so we got to sign some workers. And for the builders, we're going to go ahead and put 3 people in. So you just hit that little plus sign there. Or you supposedly can pick them individually, which I don't really see the point of that now. Now, later on, from my understanding of it, if they stay builders for like a long period of time in the game, then they become like expert builders, master builders. And So what you would do is, like, if these three stayed initially and they all became master builders, as the town gets bigger and I will need, more of these set up at different locations so they're not traveling so far by foot to build something, then what I can do is take one of the master builders from here and put that person in the new building, and then put two like apprentice with them, so that you'll always have a master builder. See what I'm saying? Generational master builders as the game grows. So you'll want to kind of, in the beginning, you're going to move a couple people around, I think, because you just don't have the population. But once you get the population coming in and growing, try to keep your workforce wherever you have them to begin with, so that they become masters at their, what they're doing. All right, so we picked 3 there. And then, so down here, what you got is the month, the week, the year. So it's the first month of our town, first week, and the 3rd day. And then here you can progress time, speed time up, slow time down, or pause it. So, and then this is your little advice bubble here telling you what the game, we're still kind of in the tutorial phase. So it's telling you, it wants you to build a lumber camp and assign a woodcutter. So that's going to be what our next goal is here. So now the wood camp, some of these industry type buildings, wood camp, rock builders, different things from my experience in the game. See how they got this like dirty ring around it, like a brown ring around it? Supposedly that's like a pollution influence. So if you're going to build your homes over here, you wouldn't want this around your homes. That would make your people unhappy. So as long as you keep this away from like where people are going to be, I think you'll be fine. So we're going to put we want to keep it off the berries, but we're going to put it about right here. Now let's keep it a little further in. We'll put it about right. Let's see how its entrance and exits. Okay, so more like that. And we'll just go pop. Now that's going to take some of the trees down, so I'm going to lose a few trees there because they're going to cut those down initially to make room, and you don't actually get that resource. From my understanding, you only get the resource if the woodcutter actually cuts it. So see how they're going to like chop that down, but I don't think our wood actually will go up. If you'll watch the wood here, it won't go up. It's 55. See, 3 or 4 or 5 trees got knocked down, and none of the wood went up. So keep that in mind. I don't think it's really that big a deal because I watched a couple YouTubers play the game when it first went live, and they were so worried about putting something in there because they were, you're going to destroy the trees. Like, you're going to be able to get the forestry going here in just a little bit, and they're going to replant the trees. So not that real big of a deal, to have to place everything on the edge here. You can use this area right off the bat. It's okay. But we're going to do a couple woodcutters, get them start chopping some trees down. Painting the wood area. Okay, so this is just like the old version. So nothing's really changed so far, which I kind of like because I like the old one. If they keep everything like they had it, and just make it better, then I'm completely happy with that because it was really a fun game. I had probably had 30, 40 hours at least into the alpha beta version, maybe 10 years ago. I don't remember how long. It's been a minute. It's been at least 2 or 3 years since I played this game. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to use our painting tool. We're going to paint all of this woods. And that's where we're going to say you're allowed to chop wood. And then if we want to clean this up a little bit, we can come back in and put your right mouse button and bring it up to the coast here where there's no trees. If you are really concerned about it to that degree. You can't go past the borders at this point, so that yellow border there, that's where it'll stop you, so you won't go over or out of bounds or whatever you want to call it there. So that's pretty much how you do that part of it. And so now these little 2 woodcutters are going to see they're in here, and they're going to start cutting these trees. And then I'm going to start getting lucky. See, I've already went up to 59, so I was at 55. Now I'm at 59. And as they cut these trees down, they're going to store them in this storage area here, and then the builders are going to use that wood to build the rest of the stuff that I'm going to need throughout the game. So that's kind of how it all works. A, B, C, D, E, F kind of scenario. So now it wants you to do a forestry camp so that you can replenish this wood that they're going to be chopping down. So technically, I will just put it right here beside it. One will be chopping down, the other will be planting. So you'll constantly be kind of replenishing your area of influence in that scenario. Now, this is not one of those kind of games that you're going to speed through. You know, I guess you could turn it on level 3 the whole time and just watch the little things run around like little ants, but I don't see where that's, you know, quite necessary. I think it's supposed to be a game where you're just kind of slow pace, relax, do your thing, and then kind of just watch your town unfold. Or fail, I guess it could fail. Supposedly there's combat in the game. I don't know. Even in the first version of the game, I didn't get to see combat. I did start building a keep in that first version that I played, but I never actually saw any fighting. But supposedly, there's a reason why you would build that, you know, military up. All right, so now I gotta get somebody to do it, and then I gotta paint their influence. And all I'm gonna do is just come back here and paint the area. So I want to use some of this for right now for housing and construction. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of paint this side of it. To be replanted. So, and then this side, once the lumber loggers here, once they cut these trees down, then this will just all be bare for you to, you know, do housing or industry or whatever you want to do back here. So, why is there still a question mark here? Pre-building zones. Some buildings require designated zone to operate, which can be. Well, I already did that. Okay, so you were just telling me to do that. Okay, I'll say that's what I just did. All right. So his zone is there. That's his zone of influence. His zone is, I guess, seed by this. Okay, so there's that zone. All right, so everything's going good. So I think the game now wants gathering of food. So that's going to be our berries. And that's going to be a berry hut. So we're going to put it, there's 2 berries right here. So what we'll do is we'll put the thing right in between them. And that way they got, like, this isn't the one I'll keep forever. You know, I can always take it and destroy it and move it later. But for right now, it's out of the way. They've got the 2 berry bushes right here that they won't have to walk far to get berries. So it'll be just like in and out, in and out, in and out. And that way early in the game, I'm not having to worry about anybody eating. So, and it looks like we got some fish in the water already. So later on, we'll do some, we'll build a boat dock, I believe, if it's still in the game. Like I said, it was in the game, the first game, and you can build boat docks out here, fishing docks, essentially, is I think what they're called. And there'll be a little guy out here fishing off the dock, and so that's going to be cool. And they're quite a far out here, so maybe there's a boating system or something like that to where they actually boat out in the water to the fish. I don't know, but we're gonna figure it all out. We'll do two people to collect berries and get that going. It says produce berries, so that's my next quest down here on my tutorial. And background noise is pretty loud. Let's see. Settings, audio, ambient. Let's bring ambient down to about 7. That's still kind of bring about 65. Yeah, we just need a little bit in the background. What do you think? Don't need to be an all cray like it was. All right. So, got my new computer all ordered up. Supposed to be here before Valentine's Day, so we'll see. And by all the things that I've actually Looked up. All right, what's this? Advice needs happiness. Oh, great. Now that you've organized your laborers, you can tend to their needs and happiness. Don't really have to. Can't they just friggin' be happy on their own? Make sure you have access to fresh water and housing. As for food, you will first need people to store and distribute the berries they collected. From there, the village will have everything needed. Welcome its first new of immigrants, a new wave of immigrants. Okay. All right. That's how we get our new people, population. So we need to, it looks like this is where we start painting the housing district. Housing is built automatically by your villages within the residential areas you have painted beforehand. To make the residential area, just click on the paintbrush and do the actual. So it's just like we did with the logging, except now it's going to be green and it's going to be for residential. And then this is where they'll start building their homes. So because I'm going to have like industry and stuff all down here, so what we're going to do is we're going to do home area like back in this area. Yeah, we'll do it all the way down to the coast. And then we'll come across. And that's all going to be our housing for this section. Oh, villagers' needs. Every member of the villager is looking to satisfy essential and additional needs. Villagers fulfill their needs by consuming resources such as berries for the rustic food need, or visiting buildings such as churches for the service needs. Check the details and hover over each. Okay, got it. All right, so we're not going to hover over each individual just yet because we're still just getting going. We can't make them happy even if we tried. So now here's a rocks, and that's, oh boy, I should have thought that though. Hang on. We gotta go back to this and take this away. All right. Sorry, guys. Build your houses somewhere else. Destroy, and destroy. Sorry, I had to do that for you. I painted a rock in there. And so they already started building their shit. All right, destroy. This ain't gonna make them happy. This is a bad way to start. That was my bad, guys. So you still got all this area down here. Here, let's give you some more. Let's see. Boy, I kind of fucked that up, didn't I? We'll do a little on that side and maybe a little back here because that's going to be all taken up by trees anyway. So we'll do that. That's going to be the two sections. And to be honest with you, what we can do here is just like that. Because they're going to chop down their own trees there, so. Yeah, we'll do it that way. That's plenty enough trees for what we're building. So, all right. So make sure I got this shit right this time. All right. So now they're building. They're like, Jesus Christ, we're having to do it again. It's because I got to build this rock thing, and I forgot about that. That we need rock, and it's right there. So we're going to do the rock thing just like that. Because, see, it had the... I could have put it, all together, but seeing how it had that dirty, effect around it, the pollution effect, I want to keep it away from the housing so that these guys aren't getting pissed off because they're hearing somebody, beat on rock all night long. And then they want to do a well, and we're going to do the well right next to the... We're going to turn it, though, because I like the way it looks this way. And we're going to do this right over here by the town center because this is kind of where everybody's going to congregate every evening with the berries and stuff like that. See, they kind of all hang out. And then what we'll do is create a couple berry stands to sell the berries, like they said, that they need to buy, buy and store berries. We'll start doing that right here in this area. So it'll be all, this is kind of, town, I guess you would say gathering town area, housing over here. So they got, out in the country a little ways down by the river. And then our industry will kind of span up into over in this area. So we'll do our industry going back this way. Try to keep everything in sections, housing, center of town, industry. Yeah. So market, I guess you would say market area in the middle here. So how far does that green? So I can actually do, industry all down here. That's a lot of flat area to put some industry, your boat docks. What I said was a fishing dock if once that comes available, stuff like that. So yeah, slow paced game, and I kind of like the relaxation of it. A lot of these other games. I'm trying out Supermarket Simulator, and I like it too. And it's a little, it's not a hectic game, but it's definitely a busy game. You're constantly doing something in it, whether you're reordering something or picking up trash or sweeping the floors or restocking or you're constantly doing something. So it's not like it's a crazy game in that effect. And we'll put 2 people on the rocks here so they can start knocking out some rocks. But it is kind of a busier game. And I wanted to kind of play and see it. I hadn't played that, and so I wanted to see what that was like. But then when I seen this, I was like, oh, man, I got to do this because I'm just kind of learning the supermarket game, where this I played before, and I wanted to see what the new 1.0 version was all about and see kind of what everybody was talking about. So it was a game I already had in library. But back to the PC, so I should be getting it in the next week or two. And it's from all the testing that I've seen and comparisons that I've seen on YouTube and internet, Google and stuff like that, researching it, it looks like it's going to be about twice as fast, as 2 times plus a little bit than what my current PC is. So that's going to be a real big help. We're going to go from 1080p to 1440 native. So that's good, a good jump. I can go up to 4K, but I bought a 1440 monitor, so I have issues with thinking how 4K is great for like movies and things like. In my opinion, this is all my opinion. It's great for movies, especially like if you got a really big screen. I got like a 65-inch big screen in my man cave here, whatever you want to call it, and 4K looks great on it. Playing a movie on 4K on the PlayStation 5 through the PlayStation 5, the Blu-ray and stuff, great. Love it. Playing games, nah, not so much. And when you're dealing with I think I got a 32-inch monitor. On 32 inches, setting a foot and a half, 2 foot away from the monitor screen, I don't think you really need 4K. I really just don't see the benefit. I've seen the 4K monitor. I'm not saying they're not pretty. They look good. I'm not saying they don't. But I think 1440 is plenty enough. And so why would you want to take here's my thought process. Why would I want to take all that extra resources away from my PC, the power that it would require to produce 4K, when I'm not really seeing the exponential benefit to it? I would rather play on the 1440p and still get that, 120, 140 hertz, whatever FPS scenario in that area. So I would rather do that. And to be honest with you, the 60 FPS on the VSync, I'm fine with that. I don't play a lot of Twitch shooter games, so I don't really need something, going 144 hertz or 150 hertz, 160 hertz, or whatever it is, 240, what all the different hertz are, but I don't need frame rates at those levels. I don't play like driving simulators and stuff where that kind of frame rate would really matter. I play a lot of games like this. They're slow paced. They're a lot of stagnant screens, and when you are moving, you're not zooming around doing things like that. 7 Days to Die is probably the most like movement or combat that I really care to do on most games. Now, I'm not saying I have never played games and I wouldn't like games that have it. I've played, PUBG, and I've played Call of Duty and stuff like that. They're just not my time of game. So, all right, so now we got a multi-part building. Some buildings, such as the markets, have multiple parts and can be customized that way. Each part has a cost. and a specific effect. Clicked for details. Okay, okay. So now we're doing the berry building. Or market. Okay, so this is the market. All right, so we said we were going to put one on each side. So people are walking up this way. So we'll turn this to like that. Put it right there. And then we got to put that second part that they want us to put on it, which is the kind of like the sunroof, the tent. And then we say build. All right. So now what should happen, if it's like the first version, these guys have been storing these berries over in this building. So if you click on it, it'll tell you how many berries. So there's 32 of 50 berries over here now. And what people have been doing is kind of coming over here and getting berries as they, are getting hungry. So now what's going to happen is you're going to have this guy, whoever you hire here, is going to actually come over here, grab things of berries, and they're going to put it out for sale. And they're going to start selling berries. So now you can actually, instead of all your people just helping themselves to the berries for no money, now you're going to start your first commerce in the game, essentially your first business. And so now the people will have to buy the berries, and your gold is going to go up, which will allow you to use it for trading purposes or other things that require gold in the game. So you're going to have your gold here, your coin, and it's telling you how many berries you got, how much cloth you got, wood, stone, and tools. So those are all the things I have currently. So once they get this all built up, what we're going to do is we're going to put a person on it here as soon as they get it all together. She's just beating on it. Oh, that's cool how it gets louder as you go in. That's pretty neat. I guess I was kind of really close. So I got it takes her forever to build the top, don't it? It is a her, right? Yeah. Oh, Sally there. All right. Well, we are now a village. Jesus, Pete, was that loud enough? It blew my ears out. That's probably going to be horrible for you guys. Where's settings? Jesus. We do not need that to happen again. Sound effects. That's probably... Let's bring that down. Let's bring UI down a little bit. My God. They could have probably toned that down a bit. All right, so you can edit the buildings in the edit buildings button. You can move, rotate some buildings. You can scale up and down. Oh, like make them bigger or larger. That's pretty cool. Okay. Multi-part buildings improved further with new parts. Monuments can be improved with additional parts and sub-buildings. Double click. All right, so a little bit of customization going on there if you want to try to be unique. Do I not have any people left? All right, so here's where we're going to get into this situation. So we've run out of villagers. We have 10. We've already got 10 working. Let's just see what all they're doing. So if we click on them, we've got these 3 are builders. Then we got 2 woodcutters. So that's 5. A forester, 6. 7, 8 on a forager, and then 2 on the mining. So what we're going to do is probably take the foragers. We're going to take 1 away from the foragers, which is... Is that these guys? No, that's 2. Forager. Is that what that said? Forager. Oh, forester, and then foragers. Okay, so 2 foragers and a forester. All right, so what we're probably going to do then is take away a... I need the food, though. Blah, 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 blah. Let's do 1 builder. We'll take 1 builder away. So there's my builder. We'll just say negative there, and you are now going to be... What is going on here? Why can't I put somebody... Did I not take that person away? It was a woodcutter, right? Woodcutter. Negative. And then come over here, and I need to put... Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. So let's make sure. Let's go back over here. Can I? No, I guess I can't. So I didn't actually take it away. All right, so now that person went from wood cutting to... So now I only have one person cutting logs. And then this person now should come over here and start working this stand to sell berries. Is what we're trying to. So we got build a village market, which is what we did. I'm reading down here at the corner. Assign a market tender, which I did, and then assign berries to the market. Okay, so berries. Assign the resource berries. All right. So now we got all that done. All right. So our little town is growing. Here's the growth. So they're building their own homes over here. That's still on the process happening. And like I said, I've only got it at ×1 speed, so we're not zooming through. These things aren't going up lightning fast, but you're also, not failing lightning fast either. Because I've done that before. I tried to play a little faster, go into the faster modes, speed time up or whatever you want to call it. And then what you wind up doing is getting fixated on something while you're doing this over here. And, 3 months have passed and something was on fire somewhere else and completely burnt to the ground because, 3 months while you were in real time thinking it's only 4 or 5 seconds, in the game it was 3 months that blew by, and now that burnt to the whole ground. Where if it was going slow in real time, you could have spent your 2 or 3 seconds to over here messing with this, and then still come over here and fix this in time. So I like to, like I said, not really go. I'm not saying I won't ever speed it up. Here, we'll do it just to show you what it looks like, what the characters look like when they start running around like little ants. Just zooming around. But see how your days and weeks and stuff start really ticking by pretty quick too. So you just kind of got to manage that a little fast. See, now we're already day at 6, just that fast. So it can kind of get carried away and get out of control, I think, a little faster, especially if you're just learning it. See, like there's some kind of error going on over here. Okay, so they're full. So I need to hurry up and get this guy going. Or did he already? No. So this guy hasn't started yet. I don't know why. He might. Oh, there we go. It's a girl. So maybe she was on vacation. So that was the other thing they do. They kind of, so they get over here if they're building their house or they got to sleep, they got to eat. It's called their own like free time. Like if you look at this guy, he'll say, "See, I'm on free time." So he's whatever he normally does if he's the woodcutter, if he's the concrete cutter here, that work isn't going to be going on until he gets done resting. So whether that's sleeping or whether that's his free time, he's on his break, whatever. So you got to kind of keep that in mind when you start building stuff to not try to build too fast in the game, because these guys are going to kind of do their own thing, which I think is great. There's too many of these type of games where they work nonstop, 24/7. Wherever you tell them to go, they go and they build it almost instantly. This is more like what would really happen, I guess, in real life. You've told them you want this done, but they're gonna rest, they're gonna eat, they're gonna sleep, they're gonna drink, they're gonna talk with each other, and they're also gonna work. So, like I said, the game kind of lends itself to be a slower paced game anyway, so you might as well just concede to it. Now, the other things, if you noticed in the game, if you've never seen this game before, I didn't create any of these paths. Okay, like most games that you see in this, you have to build paths, in games, and like you would spend resources, cobblestone or dirt or whatever, and you would say, okay, I want a path to go to here to the door of this, and then I want a path to come over here to the door of the. That's not how this game works. These guys automatically start walking on this path. This was just dirt, as you can see, was just grass. And as they continue to walk this path, like if he turns there, and you can kind of see this one where they've kind of cut the corner here, it's starting to path out, and then this one's not complete yet as they've come around. So as these two rock cutters, as they continue to do their walking wherever they want to go to, this path is going to become more and more. And I think that's really a neat deal, organic growth in the game. See, like over here, so their path from here to wherever they're going over here is just kind of starting. So it may be her. She may be the one creating this path back and forth. And if they keep walking over something enough times, like to wherever they're going up here to build this house, these housing, they're going to just keep walking that area back and forth. It creates a real permanent and wide path. Now, I don't know if later on in the game you can change those things to like cobblestone or some type of, gravel scenario. I don't know because, of course, I have not played into the game that deep. But I know that from this part of the game, that I think that's really a neat concept, and I think more games should definitely employ that type of deal. I know there's another game that I played, Captains of Industry does that. They have that organic pathing to where once the vehicles go back and forth enough times in that same line, it actually creates like a dirt road for that path. But I think games like Farming Simulators should use that kind of philosophy instead of having like the pre-built roads. I'm not saying you can't have like the pre-built gravel or dirt roads, but I think also like if the player decides, well, I want to go on this side of the field more often because that's where my house is. I think if I've drove a tractor or a truck enough times on, say, the right side of the field, even though the road's on the left side of the field, I think that you should get a 2-lane, at least dirt road, kind of beat down over time by your vehicles traveling on that for as much time as it is. I think that would be really a neat concept in something like Farming Simulator. But they're just now coming out with land deformation in the console game. I know it's been a mod in the PC version of it for a while, but that game's creeping along. I'm kind of disappointed with it and its iterations from 1922 to 25. I'm just not seeing a big enough change in the game that makes me want to go out and do that. Now, I love the game. Don't get me wrong. I've got many, many hours, and I think I've got all the way up to I own 22, 19, 17, I think it was. I mean, all the way back to when it began. I've got every copy of Farming Simulator, but I found myself not buying it this time. It's just simply because it just didn't feel like... I feel like they're going in a direction that they should be spending their time and resources. And of course, I don't own the company. I don't have a right to really say that. But I have a right to, whether I spend my money on it based upon the direction that they went to. And it just didn't seem like they went in the direction that I cared for, had anything to do with farming. There were so many things they could have spent their money and time. And they went and chose to, do things that, I don't know. I don't care if there's a reflection on a lake or ripples in the water. That means nothing to me in the farming game. I wanted my animals to actually get sick or die if I don't feed them and water them right. I want a reason why I'm feeding and watering them. I want to be able to take them to the butcher and have them butchered to produce meat and then sell the meat, just like I produce corn or whatever in the game. I want to be able to have better contracts, maybe some bigger contracts to global companies like Walmart or Costco or something like that, Smithfield, things like that, so that you have a reason why. Maybe there's maybe you get like experience points or some type of clout for doing things in your town in a farming simulator, whatever town that you're playing, whatever map you're playing, and for the town, the different things that you're going to do for the township, whether it be pick up trash or whether it be doing firewood or whatever the different kind of things that you can do in the game is, just producing corn and making cakes for the, having a cake factory, whatever it is, milk, that you would then get like experience points or clout points or, where the town would favor you. And in that favor, you would then be able to get like bigger contracts through like Walmarts and stuff like that to give you a reason to do the things. I think that would be really the direction I would like to see Farming Simulator to go in. So, but we're not in Farming Simulator. We are in Frontier, and Frontier says we are going to go be slow berry cooking. So assign a job to all of your villagers. So there's somebody still not working. All right, so let's put you back over here then. All right. So I must have took 2 off earlier. And okay, what is this now? Advice. profiting from trade. A business-minded villager proposes creating a trade route with your closest neighbor, Northbury. To sell resources for a profit and obtain items that cannot be produced locally. Northbury needs planks, so you should start with those. So they can't produce planks, and they want me to start. So I need to. Oh, what is this? Some buildings are not available at the start of the game. You will need to unlock them from the progression screen. Unlocking them requires you to reach their tier, which may require a certain number of prosperities and estates. But okay. So I need to unlock some shit. But it looks like it's going to unlock this sawmill right off the gold kicker, and we're going to be able to see. So our logging is there. So let's put our sawmill right. Yeah, it looks like he entered there, so let's do it right there. Build. All right, so our sawmill will go right behind it. There's our logging here, and our forester guy that was going to replenish the forest. And then we'll have our planks, so the guys will walk from here to get the logs that these guys are cutting down and bring them over here and make planks out of. So we actually have, which I'm not sure how they built these things. They didn't have planks, but maybe they is a more efficient plank building scenario. So hopefully they get the planks going, and then what we'll do is we'll acquire enough planks that we can start trading with what did it say, Northbury, and see what Northbury has to trade to give us back. So maybe we can get some food that we aren't producing right now, maybe some meat or lamb or corn, something like that. So it says acquire a storage in the progression menu. So this is the progression menu. So, okay. So this is what it was telling us. So this is the common path. And so these things cost money, I guess, now. Let's see. Yep. So I would pay 25. So I have 385. My treasury can hold 500, it looks like. And this is going to cost 25 to unlock the storage. And then there's my fishing dock. That's another 25. And then some bridges and village fence. What is it? Central movements around your land. Okay. Or controls movement around your. Oh, okay. So you can kind of tell them to stay. If you like that pathing that they're taking, you can put the fence up so that they don't just trample down the whole area. You see what I'm saying? They would have to take that particular path. So essentially what it would look like is this. So let's say we got this path here, but we don't want them. We're going to build some stuff down here, so we don't want them like having paths, like 13 different paths down here. So what you could do is from their housing, you would build fencing along here and say stop it here, and then have fencing here, and then bring your fencing down so that they would have to walk, like create the path here up, and then all this would be virgin grass of just the building. So that's pretty neat. I don't know if I would spend 25 to unlock that just yet, but I can see later in the game where you start getting cutesy with the design of the map. So right now they want a storage, so we are going to unlock the storage, and then now we can build a. Ooh, we got two things here: warehouse and a granary. So granary is used for storing and trading rustic food. So that's where you can put your berries. Refined food, raw food, luxurious items, types of resources. Okay, so anything we trade for that's going to fit in that category will go in there, or anything we build is going to go in there as a storage unit. And then the warehouse is used for storing and trading raw resources, materials, goods, and luxury items. So this is going to hold down here, if you see resources needed, be rock and planks. And here, oh no, that's to build it, rocks and planks to build it. So I wonder what it allows you to store. I mean, I know it says raw resources, material, goods, but what is those things? I guess we're getting ready to find out. So, seeing that there's no pollution in this, we're going to spin it and put it kind of like catty corner up against these people's property. Like so. And build it up. All right, so now what should happen is, what are these people? Oh, what do we got? I think we got new people coming in. Yeah. Now you can go to your big map here, and you can see them walking, like coming in and walking. So that's kind of what's going on. So then what you do is click on them to now they become your citizens. So as you can see, I went up to 12. My population went up to 12. Now they're going to go find a house. They're going to go find an area to build a house. And if they can't, they're going to bitch at me because they're going to say, well, we can't find a place to build a house. And I need to paint more area. But I think I painted enough area. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, there's area here. And I can always come down a little further on this area. I don't know what the influence of that is, but I wish it would show me after the fact. But I've got room. I can like come around. I can whip it around here. Matter of fact, let's do that. Let's go. Let's open it up like that. And the only reason I left that open is because I was going to use like I was going to need a pathing area, but I think they'll create their own pathing area to get to this next section that we buy back here, which is what I plan on doing, buying one of these sections back here. So who knows which direction I'll get. So build a warehouse, which is what we're doing. And then we got to assign, so we just got 2 new people. We'll assign them to work, at least one of them to work that warehouse. All right, she's sweeping the damn dirt ground. Margaret, I think you could probably do a little better. So they're buying the berries, which is making our money. All right. And then they got their access to their water. And my berries are full, so probably wouldn't hurt to build a second one, but I don't think you really need 2 for 12 people. I think what we can probably do now is take one of these people away. Because it looks like that's being kept up pretty good, so there's no sense in having 2 laborers over there not being able to work. And then what we'll do is maybe, nope, that's fine. Where did I take that one? That's fine. I thought I took one away. Oh, right here. Sawmill. Let's go 2 and start doing those planks up. And then, how many still unemployed here? Can we do this and see who's unemployed? There we go. So we got 1 unemployed, which will work. That's going to be perfect. So 2 was doing the planks, and then we'll put the 1 on the, for the whatchamacallit here, the storage area. And then it wouldn't hurt my feelings to get fishing going, just so I can have a second source of food. And then at that point, what I would do is create like a second food stand here, berries on one side and fish on the other. That should really put my people happiness up. Plus, then I can start trading fish. But who knows? We'll see how all that works. So how much will that cost? Well, I don't have the extra person. I could build it first. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's buy it. And then we'll build it. And then we'll put somebody in it later. It don't have to have somebody in it right off the bat. Here's my fishing duck. So it's kind of dirty. Dirty. Birdie. It's odd that it's so dirty. So we're going to put it maybe right here. So it's still far enough away from the houses. It shouldn't affect the houses. And there's fish right off there, so he can start, just throwing his fishing pole off there. And like I said, I don't know if it does a boat or not, but if it does a boat, looks like there's some fish in here. Looks like wherever these little bubbles are popping up, that's where fish are. And I don't know if it repopulates or if you can fish out a section, or I don't know how that works, but hopefully you can't just completely empty it out, because that'll suck. So see how they're, they grab the logs or the planks, and then they're going to go do what they need to do. So because here, this took uh, rock and planks to build. So I already had all the rock. They just went and grabbed it real quick and put it on here. And now I'm having to wait for those people to make the planks, and they just made the one. And those builders builders are having to hump it back and forth from over here as they produce. If we can get in here and see, so they're going to. There she is. So she's cutting the planks, and she's splitting the logs for, so it's kind of a neat little process how it all works out. How they all kind of do their own little thing. And from my understanding, they'll tell you if they're, if they start getting unhappy about something, you'll start getting these warning messages, saying that we need food, or we need tired, or we need tools, and that's another thing I kind of keep an eye on, the tools. If the tools go down, I don't know if you played a game called Banished, but that's another one of my fan favorite kind of games. I really like playing that. Tools was always a horrible thing to keep up with in Banished. You went through tools like nobody's business in that game. So I hope they've kind of got this turned down a little bit, but you got to keep an eye on that, because this is what replenishes their axes and their hammers and all the tools they need. So you'll definitely want to make sure that you're either building these or you're trading for them. So, keep that in mind if you plan on playing the game. Tools are a necessity. So yeah, we got a nice little place going here. They got some big old property over here, didn't they? Messing around. He's like, I want 5 acres. And then we got some people who just living up here in the woods. These are those people that you're scared of, It's the ones that you got to worry about up there. These guys down here living on the coast, he's just living life. Hell, he's probably fishing right there. I tell him, get your own damn pole and go out there and go fishing. Why are you waiting on me to do it? All right, so there's our fishing dock. Is it all set up? Nope, not quite. Needs, it's got all the logs. It just needs to be finished built. So she's almost, oh, there it is. Oh, it does have a boat. Looky there. A bunch of fish. So got a net. It's already catching fish. And then you got, or is that the net that pulls it off the boat? Okay, that's probably the net that pulls it off the boat. So I don't really want to put nobody on here yet, because oh, wait a minute. I might, because I just got 2 more people. Yes, sir, Bobby. We'll take that. So, because I still need to, I would have to build like another deal here, and I still need an employee for here. So 1 employee for here, 1 and 1. So we can do this. We got, how many unemployed now? We got 3. So this is going to work. All right. I keep hitting the wrong damn button. All right. So we'll go ahead and put 1 fisher, make a fisherman here. Ooh, she's happy to go to work. Just right off the bat. Let's watch this. This is, I don't remember this from the first game as much as I remember. Oh, shit, she just went right out of the boat. I thought she would at least fish off the dock if it was close like that, but no. Did she actually, like, throw a pole in the water and shit? No, she just kind of sits there. Maybe she's got a net. Maybe, oh, that fish just jumped in her damn boat. Maybe that's what she's waiting on. That's what the bucket for. She's just waiting for him to jump in the damn bucket. All right, so we'll see how that works out. So she should start collecting fish here. So then that means I got to build another one of these. And this is going to be for the fish cells. And we'll put this on that side of the deal. And we'll do market tent. Oh, yeah, I like that one. All right, we'll build it up. And then we'll make one of those other employees that are unemployed, people are unemployed, is going to build, occupy that and start selling fish out of that. So we got berries, boom, boom. We got fish. And then once we get this built, we're going to start storing. See how this is full, so that worker isn't working now. And until they start eating the berries and buying the berries from this person, that can't be emptied out. So this essentially industry has come to a halt. But now with the storage, what should happen is I should be able to start selecting berries over here to be stored. And then not only will this person go back to work and start making more berries, they'll have the capacity of this, the capacity of this, and whatever capacity you assign over here to hold berries. Essentially, the reason you're doing that is so that not only will you have berries for your people to eat, but when the trader comes, you'll be able to pick. Let's say this holds another 50. So you got what? I think it's 50 here, right? 50 here. So you got 50 in storage here. You've got 30 that can be stored here. That's 80. And then let's say there's another 50 that you can store over here. I don't know until I see it, but let's say it's another 50. If it's another 50, so that'd be 130 berries. Well, I don't need 130 berries. They're not even eating what they've got here. So I'll be able to say, well, I want to keep 30 berries, but I want to sell the other 100 off to the trader when the trader comes around. And so then I'll trade those berries to the trader, and in return maybe get, whatever he has to trade for it. I don't know exactly how it all works, but we're going to learn that. But essentially, that's what's going to take place. So we're going to find out here in just a minute. I like the way that they're trimming these trees down so you can start seeing all the stuff that I've put over here. So, but yeah, that's pretty neat. So our little town's getting grown up. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this built up. What do they need here? They still need planks, and it's going slow. 13, 8, 2 more planks. So once we get this built and we get all of our employees, these two things built up, we'll call it an episode. And yeah. Moving right along, we'll start with the maybe the trader in the next episode. We'll kick off with that trader because I'm pretty sure that's the next step. Once I start storing things, then I'll be able to start trading things. I'm sure that's how that works. So, how many fish are? So I can store 50 fish over here, and then of course, like you said, there was like 30 or something is what these things store. So, let's go ahead and put Johnny Boy up in there. Oh, here he is. All right, so okay, let's slow down. See, things can start coming together all at the same time. I don't like the speed of it. So we'll do one. We can have up to 4 here. All right, so we're going to assign resources. We're going to assign planks, and they said what? Planks and concrete, right? And then we're going to do one for, what are we doing here? Now you have access to a royal book. The royal book is, okay, so that's your trade. So this is the trade route, the new royal book. Okay, so we're going to do that in the next episode, but we're going to do tools too down here. Because the reason I want to do tools is because I want to trade for tools if I can. Those are something that I can't make right now. So I can make this wood and this stone, but I have no way of storing any additional tools or making them. So that's what we're going to be looking to try to trade for is tools and maybe some different kind of food, like a grain or something, so these people can start making breads or something like that. Would be nice. Maybe even cloth because, like these things take cloth to build, and I only have 10 cloth left. So anything that takes those canopies or cloth, I won't be able to do in the future if I don't start trading for some cloth or making it myself. So as you can see, they started moving product in here already. This is, looks like stone maybe already being put in here. Does it say what? Oh, no, that's the tools. So these are all the tools. So they moved it. So what they did, okay, I see what they did. They moved the tools from the central deal here. So the only thing left in it is cloth. So that's all that's left there. So when I use that up, that's why I said it really didn't matter where you put this. If it's like the first one, if I remember right, once you use all the product here, you can kind of get rid of this deal here, and it's no longer considered your central location. That was your like starting goods. So your central location is probably gonna be something like a big market area once you get kind of things going, and all this area will kind of be an outlying area, like an outlying business. And like say if we build this next one, we can do like a big center stage complex here. And then that would be like a branch off of it. And then you have a branch off of it up here and a branch off of it over here and a branch. So that's kind of how that in my head's working out. Uh, so I just got 2 new people. So we'll go ahead and put one there. That only takes 1. This one's gonna, and that one's already working. So I need to assign fish to this one. So he should start selling fish while that's being built. That's full, so nobody needs to work there. That only takes 1. Planks, we definitely need more planks because we're going to be selling them. So let's put another employee there. What's back here? Yeah, that's the wood cutting people. I think that's all. I think all my people are hired, right? I don't think anybody is. Yeah, nobody's unemployed. Okay, so everybody's got a job. And everybody's got, that was jobs, right? Oh, that's the map. People. Villagers. Yeah, okay. So everybody's got a job. I really need to unlock a trade route. I wonder when I get to buy this next area because I really need to get some more housing. I don't know if all these people have housing. Okay, so I guess they all do have a house because, okay, as long as they're all got a house, we're fine. If they're all living someplace. There's 2 in there, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, 12. I don't know if that's a house or not. We'll have to see. I don't know where the other ones are living, so I mean there's still some area there that they can build in. And I can move around the corner here a little more if I need to. So what's wrong with the rock here? Oh, they're out of product. Is that what you're saying? I don't know what missing raw material. Okay, so we need these guys to get on the ball a little better. 2 may not be enough, so let's take 1 away from here and put that person over here. Because if we ain't making the raw material fast enough, these guys can't cut it fast enough. So let's trim some trees down a little faster here, boys. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's see. Wood cutting to go. All right. Yep, let's do that. All right. Yep, we'll do that. So, actually, we can come here and all this part that there's no trees, kind of clean up a little bit. And supposedly, you should be able to like make that circle. Increase brush size, P and L. Okay. Yeah, so you can come back. So you can kind of get really, fine detailed if you want to, like, get right up on something. All right. So everybody's got a job. All the factories are working. All the stuff, they're just needing logs faster. Which, let's see. Oh, okay, that's because I'm storing the log. Okay, no, I'm just storing planks. So that was a mistake I made in the first game that I played back in the day. Of games, I guess you would say. So what I was doing, I was storing logs in here, and like I'm storing stone right now. And then all of a sudden, they were running out because for some reason they weren't using this product. And I don't know if you can tell it, if that's changed. So I can accept it, refuse it, stock maximum, or empty stock. So see, I wish there was something out to say, you know what. So it's a total of 400, so I'm guessing 100 to each resource. And then I guess when I get to a certain, I just got to manage that. So I wish they would let you, like, say, I want 20 here, I want 40 here, and I want 40 here, kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know if this makes them not use the tools. We'll have to see. We'll experiment, because if they start breaking their tools and they're not coming over here and grabbing tools, then we know that this is stockpiling it for trade only. Which at this point, I'm not sure if that's what it's doing or not. If it's just stockpiling for trade, then I would have to manually come in here and say, empty stock out, and they'll take that back to somewhere else for the people to use it. Okay, all right. We see how everything's going. So everything should be built up. This guy should be selling fish. Yeah, baby. We get some water. Got some more employees coming up. All right. Got berries going off there. Water. Perfect. This is perfect. All right, so we're up to 19 people. We got a happiness of 70. I don't know what would make them happy, or what do you guys need? Refined food is what they're wanting. What is considered a refined food? All right, we're not going to do this trade thing in this episode, so let's not even get into that just yet. So what we'll do is we'll call this a stopping point for this episode of A Frontier. It is the new 1.0 release, the retail release, I guess you would say. It's finally a game and not in beta or alpha mode, or whatever the mode it was in, versions it was in before. And from my understanding, it was like, 5-6 years in the making to get to this point. And it's a neat little game. So if it's on Steam right now, and I don't think it's a lot of money. I didn't look and see how much it costs. I don't think, and of course I bought it, like I said, years ago, but it wasn't real expensive. It wasn't like a horribly set you back kind of game, but it's really a neat little relaxed setback. Just kind of blow a couple hours of your time if that's the kind of game you like to play. Seems to be working really smooth. I don't have the graphics turned all the way up. When I did, of course, my game is my computer. We've already talked about why we're not playing some of the games, but I think I got it on medium settings here. I just went with the preset of medium. Looks great. Like I said, there's no pop in. There's no the level of detail is really nice. The field of view is really nice. Everything is really. I'm not getting a lot of screen time. Of course, I got VSync on, but yeah. So we're gonna start this, and like I said, once we get our new computer, we'll transfer everything over on the new computer, and we'll turn all the settings as high as we can turn them up to see these games even prettier than what they are right now. But until the next episode, this is Old Fella Gaming. This is your Old Fella GT saying, see ya.